Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off with giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to the elect out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity and all charity. There's going to be another lesson coming at you. Just been probably how Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be going into, this video is going to be going into, being studying, being studious, studying and reading more, which is the fundamentals of you growing. All right, because Scripture says, "Desire the sincere milk of the word, that thou may grow thereby." So, it's a sincere word, man. The basics, man. You read your 5 books of which is the Torah. The 5 books. The first 5 books. All right. Really, you can read all the way to Job, because it's continue. It doesn't just stop there. The first 5 books, which is the basics, which is the law. But if you keep on going, right, it gives you more of a history. It gives you more of how the men in the Lord conducted themselves, and how mighty it was. Back in the ancient world, you learn, how men should act, how violent men were, how courageous they were. You start learning the mighty acts of our forefathers, the kings, the judges. You start learning about how Israel, is a stiff-necked people. All right, even start reading about Job when he went through, all right, and how his example could help you keep on pushing in this truth, and it serves as a comfort, man. So the first 5 books, basically that's the foundation. That's the that's where we read about the law, and then you continue on until you start reading, all right, Joshua. You start reading, Judges, Samuel, going to Kings and Chronicles, and basically read it all the way to Job, and that it should give you a solid idea, all right, of what's going on in the scriptures, and how Israel, how they went off, and how the situation how the situation for us is right now, man. We've been scattered, all right, to the 4 corners of the earth. All right, we've been taken from our heritage. All right, we've been our heritage has been taken from us. All right, we've been lied to. All right, from our enemies. We know who our enemies are. All right, so once you read up to Job, basically you start reading other books. All right, well, you don't really necessarily have to tell you how to read the scriptures, but you really want to start with those 5 books of Moses, man. That's how our elders in our camp, the brothers and here in Chicago, that's how they taught me. They taught me to read the first 5 books of Moses. All right, but once I read the first 5, I wanted to keep on going in order. When after I got to Job, I started reading other books, like the Apocrypha, because the Apocrypha was something new to me. All right, and I really wanted to read the whole Apocrypha and get an understanding of that, because my father, he's a pastor. All right, he teaches the Bible, but they don't read the Apocrypha, so the Apocrypha was something new to me. All right, so that was something that really stood out when I came to truth, man. And I was just so excited, and that fervent excitement, that energy, all right, tends to go away after a couple of years in the truth. But you gotta pray that the Lord gives you that same fire and continually, man. So now all right, how to basically maneuver through the Spirit. Now the Lord requires you to activate it more, man. Right? Because when you're young, I'm still young. I'm not saying I'm no elder. I'm saying when you first come to truth, you're so excited, But then, these Satan comes and try to attack you know, that love, man, you got towards Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's what scripture speak about. Remember your first love. But I remember when the level of studying I did when I first came to the truth was greater than it is now, and that's the most when I grew. Right, when I would study, go into scriptures, read. I would watch the Apostles, the Breaking Strongholds page, which I haven't tapped into those videos as of yet, and Lord willing, I start to go back, you know, refresh the breakdowns, you know, because scripture says what, man, a righteous man studieth to answer, man. So we gotta know these breakdowns. We gotta understand, all right, this wisdom and apply it to our lives, all right. So we won't be you know, basically say a workman not to be ashamed, man. It says work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. So, you know, basically, read your foundation, you know. What's the other scripture is in my mind right now? 2 Timothy, I believe, is 2:15. Man, forget how it's worded. You know, rightly dividing the word of truth. Because when you study, all right, you're not just studying just to study, man. You're studying to defend the gospel, man. All right, so you can be contenders for the faith. So that's the real reason why we study, right? You know, so we could defend the gospel, and that will build us up, man. You know, in the faith. So like it'll build us up in the faith, build us up in the, you know, in the spirit, to be able to discern our from good and evil, man. Because what we learn, all right, we gotta apply it during our afflictions, man, during our walk in this truth, through our experiences, all right, during handling situation with brethren, all right. You know, if there's a discourse, how to handle it the right way. So, hey, these scriptures remind us, and we gotta continue to read them over and over again, man. All right, because the spirit is living waters, man. It's like the wind. All right, this word is living waters. It flows constantly. All right. And it just continues to grow, man. And that's how we supposed to be in this truth, man. And I'm speaking first and foremost to myself, all right, because I've been, you know, I'm a brother that likes to be complacent, man, and I should stop that, man. We all should stop that, all right, because hey, you see the work that the apostles are doing, all right. We can't be idle, man. We can't be busybodies. All right, we can't be slackers, man, because all right, if we're slacking, it makes it harder for the apostles and our elders from your camp, all right, to it makes it harder on them, man. All right, because this is a husbandry, man. This is a job, all right, working the field, all right, and if you know, like the apostle mentioned, man, if 7 brothers are 7 laborers are doing the best, all right, working their heart, and 3 are slacking, all right, then hey, the work that is being, you know, presented to you is not gonna change, all right, but it's gonna make it hard for the 7 because of the 3. So hey, you know, that's something that really boosted my spirit, man, because and cut me, because that made me realize that hey, I don't want to be those 3 that are slacking, man. So you got to continue to do this work, all right, you know, with fervency, man. And the more you do lessons, all right, the more you hop in the spirit, it's gonna be easier for you to do it, man. All right, because I noticed that when you prolong your studying, all right, when you take a couple of days to start your lessons, it becomes like a burden, man. But if you do a lesson every day, all right, you know, or as soon as, you know, the week starts, all right, then, you know, you do 1 or 2 lessons, all right, the first, you know, 3 days of the week, all right, and then it just keeps you, it makes it much more easier, man, because now you're in that spirit. I already got 3. Man, I could do more, man. I could do 4, I could do 5, because the week hasn't ended yet. But if you wait till like the middle of the week, now you're rushing things. You know, you feel all, some type of, you probably feel anxiety, or you probably feel, stressed out. You know why? Because you're leaving everything to the end, man. But the scripture is to study to show thyself approved, a workman not need to be ashamed, man. All right, we gotta study to show ourselves approved to the Lord. All right, we gotta be as a church of Berea. Now, it's easier said than done, man. There's a reason why the apostles have now these weekly reads, and these tests, so we could use our leisure time better, man. And this is just me saying it in the spirit, man, because I know I'm as a slacker, and the Lord gonna judge me for not applying what I'm saying, man, because hey, man, you can't be hypocrites. All right, you gotta be doers, not just hearers, man. The scriptures speak about a man, he's profitable unto many, but not unto himself, man. Roughly paraphrasing, because you got the wisdom, all right. You got the knowledge of how to be successful, so to speak, in this truth, but you're not applying it. But you're teaching others, and they're applying it, man. So, you're not benefiting yourself, man. All right. So, hey, man, this is just a quick lesson in transit video I wanted to do. And the spirit hit me Saturday night after camp. I was listening to the apostles, and after camp, man, you're supposed to feel rejuvenated again, man. You're supposed to feel mighty in the spirit, and that's typically how I feel every time I go out and speak, man. Because that you get another dose, of the spirit, man. Which you're supposed to feel that. You have that, rejuvenating. You're supposed to rejuvenate every time you do a lesson, but when you go to camp, it's far mightier, man. So I was listening to the apostles after camp, and it made sense, man. We're entering into these men's labors, all right, and we gotta work as hard as them, man. Right, because if we see these the apostles doing the most they can, right, to push for his videos. From the looks of it, they do a video every day. How much us young men that have more energy, be able to use our strength more. How much more us, man? All right, and you just gotta really cut yourself, man, and examine yourself. Speaking for myself, examine yourself, prove yourself if you're really doing enough, man, because we can never go enough. So Lord, in this video was edifying to spirit and prayer about Shem Shai. Until next time, I say Shalom and Abad Babal.